Welcome, everyone, to the illiterates. We are the illiterates. We don't know how to read or
I
write.
am illiterate.
I am also illiterate. Christian, are you illiterate?
I reckon I got a bit of literacy skills, maybe.
But we
I
can
can
all
write
agree.
my name.
True. But we can
I'm
all
bad.
agree on we can all agree on one thing. Scribe is illiterate. Am I right?
He's the most
ironic.
illiterate. He is the most
It was
illiterate.
Terribly, kind of unfortunate, considering that his username.
I remember one time he tried to read, but then he couldn't comprehend anything. He just started wailing like a crybaby. It was fun to watch.
He just had a quick
entered-
mental breakdown.
Yep,
Yeah, he's entered his own pocket dimension and melted into the floor.
exactly. We're crap talking Scribe because he's not here, because he went to sleep, because it's like, I don't know, fucking 4 a.m. for him.
Oh, so sad for him.
Why are you awake?
It's 3 a.m. for me. Big difference.
I am. I just got home from recording the Illiterates podcast, and I feel horny.
And I feel illiterate.
But that's
Yeah.
not the point. You're meant to feel
But,
illiterate listening
Yeah,
to this podcast.
that's
It's
true.
like it's like my favorite phrase about anti-circuit symmetrism, that you can't
Symmetrism.
quite find the sentence.
to
to
fit the
describe
word in. Yeah,
Yeah, you
doesn't-
can't quite word the sentence with the numbers and the fitting in with the
Because
sentence.
because it's
Paragraph.
not an actual word. Listen,
Or you should
up.
make it an actual word.
Okay, listeners, just so you know, anti-circuit symmetrism isn't a real phrase.
Okay,
Yeah.
audience listening, this bitch Christian is like, I came up with this word anti-circuit centrism, and it means absolutely nothing. And so I go to Google to search it up, and right as I press enter, it just instantly says no search results. It doesn't load for a bit. It doesn't stall for a second. Instantly, no searches. Couldn't find what you're looking for.
which means one of two things: either I've just coined a fucking $1 million phrase, or we've stumbled across something that the
We're
FBI.
not supposed to know. We're on a blacklist. We are on a blacklist, which is why we are illiterate. I am
Honestly,
scared
that's
for my
kinda
life.
cool.
Those kids are looking up anti-circuit symmetrism again. Send a squad team to kill them.
Anti-circuit
Not like this.
centrism, more like anti-circus centrism.
Yo, isn't he the guy who plays Caesar Salad in the Planet of the Apes films?
Yep, that's what he. That's his full name, Caesar Salad.
Yeah, they never give him a last name, so that's my
Yeah.
head canon.
Yeah,
Caesar.
that actually makes a lot of sense. I haven't watched any of those movies, and I'm just gonna claim that's true.
You
Fun
haven't
fact.
seen Planet of the Apes?
I have not. I need to. I'm gonna do it before the Batman comes out.
God,
You're taking
So good.
mad L's. You
dude, it's
dumb.
like one of the best trilogies ever made.
It actually is. It's so good.
True, but I watched Mission Impossible, so I can take no L's.
That's not even slightly true.
That's
No,
true.
I mean,
Tom Cruise himself can take L's. That doesn't, like, what?
Yeah, he's taken a lot of them. Am I right?
man broke his ankle and then kept running.
True. That is true. I've used the word
That's not even an
true
L.
way
That's
too much.
stupid.
That was pretty stupid.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mithi. You say true way too much.
Thanks for the
True?
here's the thing reference. I say true too much. I say here's the thing way too much. Scribe says ope way too often. I'll say that.
Oh,
All right, so what is the theme for today's podcast? That way the listeners aren't just passively letting us spout shit into the
the
void.
theme is podcast. And
That
that
is
we
the
cannot
theme.
read.
Why
That
are
is
we
the
doing
thing.
this podcast? I don't really know. If I'm
Well,
being
we just
honest,
we're
we're discussing literacy, I guess. Do you guys read? Because we are called
Not
illiterates, and Scribe isn't here to
Not
shill
when I
books.
can avoid it.
Scribe isn't here to
mean-
shill books. And for every podcast after this, when he's here, he's going to keep just shilling books. So while he's not here, can we just like shit talk some books? Why books?
We can chill over screenplays because that is also a form of reading.
That is technically
Hmm.
true. How long does it take you guys to write a script on average? Because you guys have all written scripts of sorts.
It took
Like feature
me.
length or a script? Or sorry, or skit.
Scripts.
So, like, even for a YouTube video?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Feature length.
Oh,
YouTube.
the longest script that you've written, how long did it take you?
Okay.
The longest script I've ever written is probably for my Deadpool video that is not yet out. And I think that took me over the course of maybe a week, maybe 8 or so hours, because I put a lot of research into that script.
That's good.
Yeah, because
To
you
me-
went through like behind the scenes stuff and like interviews and shit too.
Yeah,
right?
I don't want to brag, but like it was really cool, and I'm kind of the best for doing that. So
That
yeah.
makes sense.
It's going to be a good video. I
It
like
is.
the script.
I want
Thank you.
an unnecessary Avi Arad reference in the video, please. If you can shoehorn that in. Kind of like how Avi Arad shoehorned Venom in, just put it in there.
Whoa, you really did my guy like that.
I did. I know. I know people love him, but I got some hot
Do
takes.
people
I think
actually like him.
I know Troy has defended some of the things he's not defended him, but like sympathize with some of the decisions he's made. But I don't want to speak for Troy because he explains it with a lot more nuance. And if I can get the motherfucker on the podcast, I'll ask him to explain
Put him
himself.
on the bus.
Troy
You're like,
is
hey,
right.
Troy's an asshole because of this reason. By the way, come on the podcast.
I don't. He didn't defend him. I forgot what he said. He said something in relevance to Avi Arad that was like not entirely negative, which is not common for Twitter, And I don't understand the nuance of it, but I will someday.
Alright, anyways, returning back to the discussion.
Yes. What is longest script?
Okay. Okay. Longest. I'll
I can
got-
guess what yours is, Christian.
okay. Longest screen.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to know this. Because we know what video you're talking about. I want to know how long it took. I do like really want to know and how long it is.
Okay. Wait. So, the longest. This is gonna shock you because the longest script
This
I've
will shock
written
you.
for a YouTube video isn't even the Telltale Batman.
No,
What the
it is.
heck?
No, it is.
Okay, but just for context, viewers, this script in question, the Telltale Batman video, which is on my YouTube channel, please go stream it. It took me 6 months, and I'm very proud of it. That script, I think, if I remember correctly, was, I think it was about 20 something pages or something.
Really?
No, it was a bit longer. No, because it was about 26 pages, and it went for, or maybe it was about 30 pages, and it went for 2 hours, and that was also because of interviews.
How long
And-
were the interviews total? Like, how much is? I want to see the interviews for 20 minutes max, right?
No, the interviews lasted an hour each.
No, but like in terms of total time taking in the
Sorry.
video.
Oh, in the video, like the way that I used them,
Yeah.
I think they accounted for exactly 1/3 of the video of the 2 hour of the hour and 50-minute video.
Damn. Then I thought it was
Eesh.
like just like a quick thing, but you did actually. I guess you did heavily use. Yeah. Now I remember some of the Laura Post interviews. You did go on for a while. I guess that does make sense.
Yeah.
Plus, you do include video clips, so that adds to it as well. Yeah, because I'm comparing it to myself, where one, I don't get interviews because I'm not famous, and two, I don't use video clips that often. So for me, my scripts are like, for a shorter script takes up more time, because it's like, or a shorter script takes up a shorter amount of time because I'm not adding anything to it. But then, I guess that ratio does kind of even out. And plus your scripts are dense too, I've noticed. And I don't keep my scripts dense.
It's like my head, some might say.
Yeah.
Bit of an insult.
It's hard to
What are
penetrate, get
you
anything in
then?
there. Are you
Well, okay, what I was gonna say,
What are you, Rorik D?
that was a pretty lengthy script. It's about 2 hours. The longest screenplay that I've written, I think it was only 120 pages, which is like the standard. But the actual longest script that I've ever written, that I've actually never put into production, and I never will, was a couple years ago. I made my own rewrite to Kingdom Hearts 3, and it went
Weeb shit. Get it out of my face.
went for 67 pages.
That's why we call ourselves the illiterates.
And it was like it was like an essay. It wasn't like a screenplay. It was like an essay that lasted 57 pages.
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you make that
Cringe?
a thing?
It's not that it was cringe. It's just like so much of it is irrelevant to any discussion.
Wait a second. Was that what you were gonna do for the games thing?
No.
Oh, okay,
That's something different. Like I said,
okay.
I'm never going to put that script into production because that's like a freaking manifesto at this stage.
Manifesto.
That's how long it is. I
Kingdom
swear to
Hearts
God.
3.
That's
Hey, I grew up with the series, all right? I'm allowed to say that. You can talk about your Deadpool shit or whatever. I can talk about my weeb shit.
your relation with Kingdom. What is like, CJ? What is our Kingdom Hearts? Like Christian's just way too far into Kingdom Hearts, and it's like, what the fuck, bro?
It's an abusive relationship between me and that game.
Exactly.
It's
What
like-
do we have? What?
For me, I desperately want to leave, and the game's like, nah, buddy.
But
Dude, I have a wife and children. You're not going anywhere.
you
That's
you,
what the game.
you say Star
What
Wars,
that would be
CJ.
for me.
You
I
say
say
Star.
Star Wars, but it's not like I want to leave that franchise. Like it's abused me time and time again. Don't get me wrong.
I don't want to.
I will happily stick with Star Wars till the day I die.
Does Titans count? I don't know. I feel like too many people
I
are.
never got deep into Titans enough to care,
Mhm.
which I'm very happy to say.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people who likes Teen Titans Go, so I guess maybe.
Teen Titans Go is great. I think it's
It
just
is.
because in Australia, it didn't get played for like 5 hours straight every day of the fucking week.
Dude, every
But, like,
time,
2
every
episodes a day.
I swear to God,
I
every
was
time,
annoyed as I would always skip it because I would just play it relentlessly.
every single time I go to a hotel with my parents for like a vacation or something like that, turn on the TV, CNN, Teen Titans Go or Gumball. The only two things I would ever be playing.
Gumball is so good. I love that show.
I've heard okay things about Gumball.
Is it good? I never
It's
watched
so good. I love that show.
I've
so
heard the
much.
regular show is better.
it.
I prefer it to regular show every day of the week.
Okay, strong praise. What else is on
Indeed.
Cartoon Network? It was Teen Titans
Adventure
Go,
Time, of course.
Adventure Time, yeah.
The only reason I ever watched regular show, I liked Mordecai and Rigby. I thought they were cool. But then when I found out that Mark Hamill, I watched it a bit.
Mark Hamill was Skips, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he speaks like this or something. He's got like a very gravelly
I'm not
voice.
gonna lie, that was a terrible Skips impression.
How about you being Australian, all right? And I'll stick to
About
also
you?
being Australian.
How about you learn to read for once?
Yeah,
did you guys?
Yeah, how about you literally learn to read?
Yeah, we can say that to any of us except Scribe, he can't learn to read. He's incapable of reading.
He is,
Yep.
as his role in another server would suggest,
Yep.
literally fucking
I-
illiterate.
He is illiterate as fuck. Not to be racist,
There's
but
no
did you guys
saving this man.
not to be racist, but did you guys have boomerang?
Can I just say that phrase, not to be racist, it never.
It never ends well. I mean
It
it for
never
the
works.
show.
It
The
never ends.
It
cartoon.
never works.
It's like no pun intended, but for racism. Okay.
It's like, hey, brace for impact. I'm gonna say something pretty problematic.
I said, how did you guys have boomerang? Did you have boomerang?
I'm not like traditional Australian. I didn't have a boomerang.
No,
We
not
didn't-
like that. The TV channel boomerang.
Oh, I
No,
thought you
we
meant
did
we
not
go
have
into
that
our
channel.
backyard and fucking peg boomerangs at the
Yeah.
kangaroos.
I'm under the assumption that all of you guys carry them around like fucking batarangs. So, you know.
Yeah, so you go to the UK, they carry knives. We just carry boomerangs.
And we have guns. Okay, it's like there you go.
You line me off,
Poison.
mate. You're gonna catch a rang in the back of the head if you're not careful.
Yeah. Captain
Jai
Boomerang
Courtney.
looking ass. Jai Courtney is Jai Courtney gonna die? He is, right? Not the him,
Yeah,
the
there's no
character.
chance that he makes it out of the Suicide Squad.
I'm
I have no doubt
assuming-
in my mind.
My
If they
He will
kill him,
die in
I'm
the
gonna
first
call it. Dude, if they kill him and Harley Quinn, I'm gonna call racism. Like, good, you're gonna kill the two Aussie actors. I get it.
yeah.
They are not going to kill Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn will make it, but Jai Courtney will die in like the first action scene to show like, oh, anyone
You
could
know-
die because he was from the first movie, even though Rick
You know-
Flagg's not going to die.
You know what's
And
gonna
he-
happen?
Last one, I reckon.
You know, there's that lineup shot of all of them walking out. It's like Pete Davidson, Flula Borg, the fucking the what's the guy, Nathan Fillion, and like a bunch of other like the high tier cast people.
Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, Nathan Fillion's is this guy called TDK, and he can like
Probably
separate
the
his
detachable
arms.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I just don't know the cast. I love Nathan Fillion. I didn't know he
Yeah.
was in the movie.
My theory
Really
is
not.
that they're gonna be walking in front of that flag, right, in that like one shot, and then they're all gonna die.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
Yeah,
They're all gonna
I
just
reckon
blow
what's
up.
going to happen
It's
is
gonna be
they're
like
going
a-
to send them in first. They're going to have basically two squads. they'll send in the one with Flugelborg and Pete Davidson and John Courtney.
I think
And they're
Blackguard
all
is on that
straight
team
away.
though. Idris Elba is like
Is
in
he?
that shot. I think he's just going to survive, or he's CG'd in.
Mm.
It could just be a fake out shot. Yeah.
Because they do that.
Do you actually? I don't think it's a do you think. I think it's a when do you think they'll do the whole Task Force X scene where they just get. Remember from Deadpool 2 when they all jump out of the plane and immediately die? Be a scene like that.
Are people gonna say they're copying Marvel because of this? They're gonna be like, "Oh, you copied Marvel by killing all the characters." Oh no! I stumbled. I kind of manifested that into reality
because you just brought into their minds. You silly
yeah,
fucker.
I did.
Yeah.
Don't listen
Good
to
one.
the illiterate podcast. We are literally illiterate.
Yeah, we don't have opinions. We're literally illiterate.
Yep.
We're
there
just
we go.
books with words.
We're books with words, but they can't read. Like the books themselves can't read. What am I even saying? It's 3 a.m. I don't know what's going on.
We're graphic novels.
Yeah, we're graphic novels. Speaking of graphic novels, guess what I've been reading like the past few days to keep myself awake. Ultimate Spider-Man, dude. Anyone who shits on Ultimate Spider-Man,
is it good?
it's awesome. I understand really people don't like it, and there are things to not like about it. But Ultimate Spider-Man, the whole series run as a whole, is beautiful. It's just the art kind of sucks when LaFuente takes over. I've
only read the first couple of arcs. Like I think the origin arc and like the Kingpin Electro arc from the very start. That's all I've read, but it's really good.
Dude, Kitty Pryde is legitimately a great love interest for Peter, and it's like I never thought that would be cool, but the annual issue is cute and charming, and the little moments they have, I wish they had more of them, but the little moments they do have are rounded. And I feel like I don't know. It's like it's genuinely, I think because I haven't read enough of 616 Spider-Man to make a full assessment on 616 Spider-Man because fucking it's 1960s or whatever. I'm not gonna read all of them, but from what I've read of Ultimate, this is like the best way I think for if you're young and you just want to get into the character and not worry about the long lasting continuity ramifications of everything.
Oh yeah.
You read Ultimate.
It's such a good place to start.
Yeah, dude. I know Bendis has his ups and downs, but Ultimate Spider-Man is a ton of ups. Clone Saga is the Clone Saga is the best version of the Clone Saga, I think, in Ultimate.
Yeah, because there's only the bad version anywhere else.
Yeah, that's true. But then even the Miles stuff, I remember not the Miles stuff. The other stuff that they did recently with Clone Saga that wasn't necessarily Miles stuff, where it's like,
wasn't that the Clone Conspiracy, whatever the fuck?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't love this stuff, but the way they do it.
Ben Riley came back, but he was evil, whatever.
Yeah, it's I feel like the way that they treat Clone Saga in the original comics is just like a passing event of oh, this stuff is happening and it's huge, but it's just another long season in Spider-Man. Whereas with this, it happens 100th issue. It happens as the big event, and Bendis is able to take all of 616 stuff and just mess it around in a way that works. I feel like a lot of people look at Spectacular Spider-Man, right? The show, and they take it as something that takes all these comics, mixes these in the perfect articulate way, and then, makes something unique out of them. Ultimate Spider-Man did some of that before Spectacular did that, where they took the concepts of 616 and they took concepts that were kind of being tackled in the movie, but not a lot because the movie
and just rejigged them.
It just parallel universe them because it is a parallel universe, but it actually it took them and then it expanded on them, but then still did something. Ultimate Spider-Man definitely gets worse as it goes along, but there are those little pockets of depth where you're like, oh, that is something to latch onto. Oh, that is something cool with it. That is something to pay attention to. But until the end of the Clone Saga, until Bagley leaves, if you just want to read 100 issues of Spider, it's 111 issues of Spider-Man. Just read Ultimate Spider-Man 1 through 111. It's genuinely, it's awesome. I had a thing with myself where I was like, maybe I just love it for nostalgia. But reading through a lot of it, I'm like, no, there is something here. There is something very special here. And I don't think you're going to get that in comics ever again.
So what I was going to say is the only comic run that the only Spider-Man comic run that I've read all the way through is Avenging Spider-Man, and it was years ago. I read it as like the paperbacks. Like as it came out weekly, I went to the store and bought it, and I remember really enjoying it. I don't know how well received it is, but I remember like 10-year-old me or whatever, whoever old I was reading it, I really really loved it. It had like cameos from Daredevil, not Daredevil, Deadpool, maybe Daredevil. I don't remember.
It's always possible.
I think Captain Marvel was in it too. It was a really clever comic, and then it tied into Superior Spider-Man, if I believe, which was the follow-up to Amazing.
Yeah, because he leaves the Avengers pretty early on in Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, and I think Avenging Spider-Man like bridged that gap, and so I really liked it.
It was the last thing before Slot, right?
I think so. Also, Mithi, I'm doing the Cloudburst fight. Your favorite?
Of course you are.
I'm pretty sure Slot took over like directly after One More Day.
Yeah, because he did One More Day, and then before One More Day, Matt Fraction did his thing, which go watch Doug's video on.
Yeah, that video is a fucking.
It's
great
beautiful.
Video.
It's beautiful, and I am in it as a dumbass shield agent, so go watch it. But yeah, no, because Fraction ended that with that like nice little touch, and then One More Day happened, and then Avenging Spider-Man happened, and then Slot happened, or Avenging Spider-Man happened before.
When did well, Brand New Day took place, was written in 2008, which is Slot's first thing. Avenging Spider-Man came out in, it started in January 2012 and went till August 2013. And I'm pretty sure Superior Spider-Man started about August 2013.
Yeah, I would have literally been like 10 or 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Superior Spider-Man started March 2013, and ended the first run ended September 2014 before they brought it back for a couple issues for the Spider-Verse.
What did they call like Peter Parker Industries? What was the run called for that? Was it just all in?
I think that was Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man Worldwide. That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
I think my little brother got that entire run, and I got all of Superior Spider-Man. That's the only Spider-Man run I've got the whole length of.
International? It wasn't there one called that or something?
Yeah, Spider-Man Worldwide.
Yeah, and it was what was the suit, the Mark V suit in PS4? That suit, what's it called?
Spider Armor Mark V.
Yeah, and then he wears that.
And like every issue's cover is painted by Alex Ross.
I don't like that armor's painting by Alex Ross. Alex Ross makes shiny leather like cloth costumes, you know? And so in that like picture, it looks like a shiny cloth costume, but it's not. It's mechanical. So I'm like,
Just
I feel like Dan Mora would have drawn
the suit.
Me neither, but I feel like Dan Mora would have drawn a great version of that suit. You know, it like suits his art style, like the jagged edges and the jagged lines.
Yeah, there's something about the suit design. It's too rigid for Spider-Man. I don't like it.
Yeah, and where it's like it's not even.
Spider is too aggressive.
It's form fitting, but it is armor, so it's like it feels like the Batman suit, and it's like that doesn't fit for Spider-Man because it's like a Batman suit. But yeah, I think.
Cool, but it serves a completely different purpose. Like Batman is more. Then again, like I prefer comic outfits that are more like clothy and stuff.
Oh yeah, big time. Me too.
Yeah.
Like my favorite Batman suit is like the what's his name? Neil Adams 70s blue and grey suit.
Dude, that. The curves on the cape of that is what makes that suit so special.
And it's like the ears are so long and the colors are so vibrant. It's so good.
It's not even that the ears are long for me. It's that it's like the perfect kind of just tall length. And it looks like it's like the way it circles around. The way it like when he's running, it looks like he's like spinning almost, you know? Yeah. And that I love that look. And then with a little bit of purple lighting on top of him, it's perfect. It's like the perfect.
It is gorgeous.
I like the outfit that he wears in the Court of Owls saga. Like for me, that's like the peak Batman outfit. Honestly,
look at that fucking look at that man. But
I just put the the Neil Adams like Volume 1 cover in the
Mhm.
Discord, and it looks so good.
It's so
It looks
hot.
great. Because that was the suit that they put in Arkham City, wasn't it?
I play with that
and
suit in
that's
Arkham City all the
that's my
time.
favorite suit in
I
Arkham
love
City.
that.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
they called it
good.
In
didn't they?
Arkham City, I wish they toned down the balloon a tiny bit, like with the
Yeah,
aesthetic.
maybe just a hint.
Yeah, but then other than that, it's great to play around with because it feels.
Honestly, I really liked the vibrant blue. I liked it.
I liked it. I just thought with the night
liked
lighting,
it,
I
but-
wanted to be less.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted because it was night lighting.
See, what
In
we
pretty
need
much any other game, it would have fit perfectly.
Yeah,
see, in a Batman game, I reckon a suit that we need, like in the future, whether it's some kind of DLC Gotham Knights skin for like any of the Bat family members or whatever, I feel like we need some kind of cell shaded suit that's sort of like the animated suit from Arkham City, but more Borderlands esque. Because I love cell shading and it works so well for comic book like outfits.
I feel like you know what I want them to do, and they would never do this, but like I want the Hishy suit. You know the Hishy suit?
Yeah,
I want
that would
that.
be.
They're
Where he's
just-
just skinny.
yeah,
And it's like fitting and everything. That'd be brilliant.
I feel like
He's
that'd be
always got a-
awesome. I want like a Brawlhalla like fighter Batman. That's just that, you know? I feel like that would be just really stupid but cool.
To be fair, the Hishi Batman suit is really good.
It's actually like, I mean, there's a reason I consider that a canonical version of Batman. You know? Like it's a version of Batman.
It's so clean.
It's simple, it's neat.
You know what I consider a canonical version of Batman, which really isn't canonical at all?
What?
The Forest Fire 101 Batman.
Actually, yeah, and that's a controversial thing to say, but yeah, no, yeah, it is.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's that Batman and it's a Hishy Batman are just like they're so big staples of popular culture in terms of like us growing up.
Internet culture, like early internet meme culture almost.
That it has to be a part of like something, you know? Do you think anyone ever reached out to like DC ever reached out to Hishy to be like, hey, let us put your Batman in a comic or something like that?
No clue, but
what if they put him as like, you know how
cool
sometimes they have characters in the background of comics?
Yeah. I feel like they could do that. You know?
That'd be great. Yeah.
You just got to put the design and have him have a coffee in one hand. That's it.
Yeah. Or just like
have
Batman drive past a diner and through the window you can see two people cosplaying Batman and Superman drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Brilliant.
Dude, if we do New York Comic Con or something, we got to recreate that. Just fucking.
Oh, absolutely. We got to do that.
I'm Superman. You can't stop me.
Of course.
I'll do Batman then. I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
I'll be the waiter.
I'll be a rich orphan with parental issues.
I'll be Deadpool in the window. I'll just keep swapping out of my Green Lantern costume. Man. I need a. Do you think they'll make a Pattinson costume for Arkham Knight?
No, I think they stopped development. I really hope they do. If nothing else, I hope they do a Pattinson inspired outfit in Gotham Knights. I think that would be pretty cool. But I don't think.
Everyone knows, like Batman's gonna be playable in Gotham Knights by the end of the story.
Imagine if he's not.
I think anyone would be surprised.
Imagine if it's like a Ralph Boner like fake out and he's not.
That would be epic.
I think because it's Court of Owls, I think he's just gonna be. He's not dead. He's trapped in the labyrinth. That's the story. Yeah. He's trapped in the labyrinth.
And you'll have like some. I want some crazy dream like psychotic sequence in a
like
in
Arkham Origins type thing.
Yeah,
I want the Joker.
Let me go off on a quick tangent. When I read Court of Owls comic, the first one, I'd never seen it before. Like I've heard of it, but I'd never actually physically seen the comic. And it got up to the bit where I don't know if you've read it, but there's the bit where as soon as he enters the labyrinth, he gets lost and he drinks from a fountain, because he's dehydrated. And the fountain is laced with like some kind of LSD or something. I don't know. It's laced with some kind of drug, whatever. And he starts hallucinating, and instead of just like showing him like going, oh, everything's distorted, what the pages do, the panels start getting read incorrectly. Like they'll go a couple pages ahead, or they'll be really far off to the side. Some of the words will be cut off. And then gradually, as you're reading it, as you turn the pages, it goes from reading it from left to right. It goes to full page, and then it goes back to front. And like the actual page itself, it's like it's legitimately difficult to keep up with the story because everything's all over the place, and it's just like what Batman's experiencing. And I think that's super clever for a comic book. Like,
and I need that translated because I remember reading that and I was like, this is strange, and I wasn't like freaked out, but I was like, this is like horror in a Batman comic, you know. And I need that in the game. I need, if they're doing Talons, I need the horror aspect. And I'm afraid that since the way the game is designed and the way the game looks is not horror leaning, you know, because Arkham Knight is horror leaning in the way that it's like stylistically presented. This
more
got
than anything.
And I feel like I don't know how exactly they would show that, but I want them to. I'd like them to just take a break from the aesthetic and then randomly you just have a 5-minute just crazy Batman sequence, you know?
So just like Arkham, where the Nightmare, they could do that. I reckon maybe.
I feel like they could. It's just they have to fit it in.
Yes, I was gonna say I'm not gonna say that the Court of Owls was like the pioneer for that whole everything's distorted, you're reading it back to front, because like it's the first place that I've read it. That's why I'm holding it in such a high regard. But like 100%, it's been done somewhere before. I think I'm willing to bet that it has.
I'd assume it has. I could see them doing it in something else, but are you guys excited for the Rocksteady game? The Suicide Squad thing?
I am.
Really.
Like what?
I'm sure I'll play it, and like when they start building more hype, I will be. But I don't know. There's not really anything coming out, but I'm not thinking about it very consistently.
It's co-op.
Yeah, I'm wanting a solo like AAA superhero game, you know? And like I guess we got Spider-Man PS4 in 2018, and we got the Miles Morales Spider-Man, but I still want something, you know? And I don't know if that's a Gree standpoint, but like Marvel Avengers, like back when it was like announced, was supposed to be, oh my god, we're getting a team up superhero game. Holy crap. And then we got the game.
We also got our Ultimate Alliance like years prior, which was so much fun. And we got Shattered Dimensions years prior, which wasn't really a team up, but it had the whole core of playing as different characters at the same time.
Yeah, Spider-Verse.
Actually, I take that back. Shattered Dimensions is a great game, but it was a terrible comparison. They did have Ultimate Alliance though, which is similar.
I remember seeing Ultimate Alliance in for PS2, I think, on shelves when I went to Walmart.
Yeah,
that's my memory of Ultimate Alliance.
I know you said that you hate top-down games. Ultimate Alliance was so much fun. I honestly,
I was too young for Ultimate Alliance. I never got them.
It's not even that I hate top-down games. It's just that I've never had a great experience playing one. Plus, like, so many of the top-down games I played were like just mobile games where I'm like, eh. Like, I saw people get into Clash of Clans and Clash Royale, and I was like, this is not it for me at all, you know?
But Clash of Clans is fun.
Yeah. What's it? You know,
yeah.
What was Clash of Clans like the craze back in your guys' days?
Oh yeah.
Like I was like what? I would have been like 9 or something.
It's like the first thing everyone got a phone, and then they installed Clash of Clans. And I was like,
that for some reason Dragon Veil. I don't know if Dragon Veil was ever big for you, but for us in primary school, people played
Dragon Veil was pretty.
I know Plants vs Zombies was also big for people right above my age, but then like that faded.
I still love that. I must. There's like a what? Jeez, there is an age gap between me and my sister. It's too late for me to think about it. I think 7 years, if I remember correctly. And for her, she loved that. I would hear about it talking about it all the time. And then for us, it was Minecraft. That was the thing for us. It was Plants vs Zombies.
Makes sense.
And she's like, she could never play Minecraft. She just doesn't really like it. Like fair enough.
Not fair enough. That's no.
But for her generation, that was Plants vs Zombies. That was the game.
I think I played a tiny bit of Minecraft, but it wasn't like a crazy thing. I had Lego Batman shit. I had like my big thing growing up in like high school, or not high school, in like elementary, middle school, was Cool Math Games, because it was like, oh, there you go. Cool Math
Hell
Games.
yeah.
Cool Math Games was the best. The fucking block game and then run. And
So good.
And didn't you? Someone should make a video on that, I reckon.
Cool Math Games. Yeah, they should.
Batman.
You know what they fucking there's this one game called Batman the Cobblepot Caper, or the Cobblepot something, right? And it was based on the 2004 show, and it was a Flash game. And I was like,
Cobblepot Caper, yeah.
It Cobblepot Caper, yeah. And I don't have Flash anymore, so I can't play it. But
no one has Flash anymore.
I know, that's the thing. And it's so sad, because I was like, wait a second, this was my childhood. I need a way to preserve this. But yeah, I know there's still a way to do it, but I don't fucking know.
We may never know.
I'm too illiterate to figure it out.
I remember back in the day, there was a Batman Brave and the Bold DS game, and I loved that. I don't remember anything about it except fighting, I think it was Clock King or whatever. I don't remember anything else. But back in the day,
that's big design in that show.
Are you talking about the Batman Brave and the Bold Brawl or whatever?
Nah, it was a campaign game on the DS. Like, it had like an actual story and everything.
Because I know Cartoon Network had a Batman Brave and the Bold Brawl game, and it was like a simple, just like clicker kind of thing, but like a boxing clicker. And then they had a Batman Brave and the Bold like 3D like robot simulator thing, which actually ran surprisingly well, but it would crash half the time, like later on. But it ran well while it ran. And those were like the two things, other than the Cobblepot Caper, that I kept going back to.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I never beat the Cobblepot Caper. I always like just went going for a while, and then I fucking stopped. I never beat it.
Was it a browser game or a console game?
Browser game.
Right. Dude, Club Penguin was the goat of browser
I
games.
wish I got into
Club Penguin. I never got into it.
I got into Pop Tropica though. Pop Tropica.
I played
missing out. Club Penguin was like the greatest.
That's what someone who never played anything better than Club Penguin would say, and there's a lot better.
And Kingdom Hearts, dude. You play Kingdom Hearts. You have no.
Do you literally play Kingdom Hearts?
Don't you?
And you're illiterate. You don't get an opinion.
Exactly.
Shut up. you literally read.
Thanks for listening to the Illiterates podcast. We are over.
Yeah,
that's it.
After one episode,
I quit.
Disbanding the podcast.
Disbanding the podcast. It's too much.
Speak shit about cards. That's cool. Speak shit about Club Penguin. You're dead to me.
Look, before we cancel the podcast, I just have one question. Batman going down on Catwoman.
Oh God, are we gonna talk about this? Oh no, no.
It's canon.
The show is 18 plus. They've done arguably worse things than that. Why is that?
It's
so
because
weird.
Batman is not the hero women deserve, and not the one they need either. That's why.
Oh,
apparently.
Then who is?
Me.
Okay.
So email me at filmcafe19@gmail.com. Did I just give out my email to women? That's pathetic. I am illiterate.
Oh, let's go email him.
Email me.
Mithi,
please, Cat.
No one's gonna watch this, and out of all the like 2 people that watch it, none of them are gonna be women. Let's be honest.
Dawood is gonna watch this. That's who's gonna watch this.
More exciting than a book.
And then he's gonna be like, Dawood's gonna watch this. He's gonna be like, Dawood's gonna watch this, and then he's gonna be like, yeah, Mithi, I am so down bad, and then he's gonna fucking send me his contact info. That's what's gonna happen.
Did you hear? I said codcast because podcast isn't a word anymore.
Did hear you say that? I was going to call you out for being illiterate, but you've already cut off Mithi so many times. I just wanted to let him speak.
I am illiterate. We are all illiterate here. To quote Avi Arad, the illiterate in all of us.
Mithi, you cut me off like.
I cut you off all the time. Yeah, like right now. I just cut you off just now, and I could continue to cut you off.
Yes.
Welcome
Which is why I
podcast.
Oh my God! I was about to say, this is why I shouldn't even try to speak, and then you cut me off saying that.
I certainly
done.
did.
Does that not just prove your own point?
Yes. You know what? Maybe this podcast isn't a good idea.
No, it isn't. You know what is a good idea?
Watching Coda? Or
Today's
this
sponsor, Coda. Can I ever? Do you think I should ever reach out to someone and be like, "Hey, I'll sponsor you if you promote Coda"? That would. I feel like that'd be a waste of money, right?
Reach out to Troy.
Reach
Straight
out
up.
to Troy. Today's video is sponsored by Coda. Short film coming 2020.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Clout. We need it.
You need it. Contact Hassan Hamid 266 on Twitter. Exactly, and you'll get all the clout in the world. I need to do press for Coda. I have press ideas for Coda, but like not crazy ideas, like just like interviews and stuff.
Like press delete because it's
bad.
It's too good. It's ahead of its time. People are gonna watch it and be like, I can't comprehend the ideologies.
And then
and you're gonna
the reviews are
the objective truth.
The reviews are so positive that it just spins back around and we go back to zero. You know?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like when you overclock on like programming or whatever the fuck.
I keep forgetting to ask you, Christian, for help to set up crap on IMDb. I need to do that. I'll do that later this week.
Yeah. Also, listeners, if you're on IMDb for whatever reason, look me up on it and you'll see my Telltale Batman video. It's listed as a documentary.
Didn't you pay for it?
Oh, that's full of yourself. Oh my god.
Didn't you pay for IBM Pro?
Oh no, I already had
IMDb Pro. Oh, you did? Okay.
No, if you got Amazon Prime, you just get it.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've been thinking about getting Amazon Prime because I used my parents for a bit. I watched Invincible, and then Invincible's over. I don't have Amazon Prime anymore, but I don't know. Maybe.
You know what we should do? Every time we say Invincible, we should just play a sound that cuts it off because that's what the show does.
Yeah.
That's funny. Got the original joke. No one else.
We should do that when we say illiterates because it's like the same a letter I. Wait, a letter.
Looks like we're the fucking intro playing.
You know what's funny? I imagine the Invincible intro as the Superman and Lois theme for some reason. I don't know why. I was like, we're the da 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 or whatever the fuck that
You're a strange man.
I don't know why, but that just sprung a really weird thought. Okay, so I had this dream the other night, which like at the time it was traumatizing. Looking back on it, still pretty traumatizing, I'll be honest, but a little bit less so, a bit more numb to it. But the dream, it was, and I can't even describe like the like there was no context. You know, obviously there's no context to any dream. You just sort of appear in it. If you've seen Inception, you'll know. And all I remember in this dream was that I had a knife and my objective was to survive. There was someone coming after me and I either had to put them down.
You've been watching too many of my short films.
I was probably streaming the pre-production of Coda. I don't know.
Yeah.
But either way, in this dream, in the dream, my dream, you know how sometimes when you die, like as soon as you die, you wake up. That's it.
Yeah.
My dream decided, hey, bro, we're not going to do that today. You're going to feel this.
I know what this is about. Ooh.
And every single time I died, it was the exact same way. They would come behind me, they'd get the knife, and they would slash my throat, and I would drown in my own blood. And it was agonizing. Like, my little Peabody brain never thought to wake up and be like, yo, dude, you're going to fucking hurt. No, I choked on my blood several times throughout my dream, and I woke up, and I was fine. But I was like, I remember what it felt like, and it was agonizing.
You got your throat cut and you drowned in your own blood. What are you, an Amazon competitor? That's a bit of socio-political commentary right there.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos.
We can't say his actual name. We'll get.
Bro Burnham can do it, so can I.
Yeah, but then we get copy striked. But you know what? That thing of like feeling pain in your dream, right? I get that often, but there is one specific instance, And I have this dream and it recurs occasionally. It's not as bad as your situation, Christian. I feel terrible for your situation. But
It was fucking relieving. I got the chance to die.
yeah, I love it. But I had a thing where there was a home intruder and the guy like killed my parents and then he came in to my room and I was like, wait a second. And I had a bat in my hand and then he just shot me. Yeah, I know, Batman. He just shot me in the leg. And then I like fell down and I was bleeding in my leg and I felt it. I don't know what the feeling of a gunshot feels like, but I felt it. I straight up, I felt
American.
Yeah, it's because gun, yes. And then I woke up.
Gun.
And like for a second when you wake up, I felt the pain in my leg and then it was all gone. You know?
Oh yeah. At least I didn't die by a boomerang or something. I didn't fucking turn around and a boomerang flew at me and then I woke up. No.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a boomerang, bro. I am very I remember because I was listening to the Chuckle Sandwich podcast and they were like, would you rather get punched in the face once a day or would you rather get shot in the foot once a year? And I was like, I know it's painful, but hands down, just punched in the face once a day. And then all three of them on the podcast were like, no, I would get shot in the foot. And I'm like, you are getting a bullet just through your foot. That is not, no. Penetration of any kind.
You were going to get punched hard.
Yeah.
Like if you get shot, there's no like, but it'll just be like a light shooting. It's not
no, he's shot.
You're getting shot.
Exactly. But with a punch, it's just, yeah, your nose hurts. But after a while, you build up a resistance of some kind to it. You know? A shot in the foot, that is a puncture to your skin and bone. That's not right.
You don't just come back from that.
Yeah, you don't. So I was like, hands down.
And like, even if you did, it would take a lot longer than a year. So by the time you were like getting any progress, you just get shot in the foot again.
Exactly.
And you'd be fucked all over again.
Yeah, you
just get punched in the face.
Then bang. Oh god.
And it's not like even an amputee situation. It's like you have to feel the pain every single goddamn time. So it's like,
okay.
No.
I figured out how to beat the system. You say you want to get shot in the foot and then just cut off both your feet.
Shoot you in the genitals then.
Yeah.
That's not what they said they were going to shoot me. They said they were going to shoot me in the feet.
They did.
You just chop off your feet and just leave them in your house, so that way every year the guy comes up and just shoots your rotting.
You
tuck your feet into your shoes and leave them by the front door.
But then what if the hospital? What if the hospital like fucking decides to take them and like donate them to some other person?
No, I'm saying you keep them at your house.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is you take your feet and you tuck them into a pair of shoes to leave by the front door. So that every morning you're like, yes, time to go to work. And then there's just a pair of amputated feet sitting in your work shoes.
That sounds... That... Or you know what you could do? Steel-toed boots all time.
The bullet ricochets off your feet
and into your face. Yeah. There you go. And then you don't have to worry about getting shot in the foot every single year because you're dead.
Did you just solve crime?
I did. It's just die. Straight up, that's the Bo Burnham answer. Just die.
Let him kill you.
Put that in the Coda sequel. Just be like steel-capped toes.
Steel-capped toes.
Yeah.
You guys both know what happens in the climax of Coda.
No, yeah, but the listeners don't.
They don't. All I'm going to say is imagine that scene, but steel-toed boots would solve a lot of problems. Am I right?
It would solve a lot of problems.
It would. It would. It's not grotesque. No one gets shot in the foot in Coda. I'm sorry. Someone does get stabbed.
But like if they did, then steel-toed boots would have helped a lot.
True. I can't. I'm remembering the fight scenes. I can't even remember if someone gets stabbed or not.
I can't.
And you're literally the director. What a bad director.
I'm trying to.
Coda is trash
because of how good the film was. I'm like, oh man.
I know someone gets stabbed in the script. I don't think maybe we didn't do it on set. We did a bunch of takes, so I don't even know. I have to look through.
Someone gets stabbed and then you said SCR, and my mind went stabbed in the scrotum. Ow.
Dude, I wish I stabbed some in the scrotum. Nah.
I want to sub someone in the scrotum right now, not in Coda, in real life.
So you can get sussed on Twitter again? Yeah, sure. that's what'll happen.
That's cold. You
Yep.
can't do me like that.
I can, and I did.
It's pretty funny. You got to admit.
It was. I thought
Yeah,
you
but
meant
I
it.
hate
I
you.
thought you meant that. Like I thought you were just baiting me for that. Like you just cast out the fishing line, and I was like, "Yeah, it's
That's
there."
not what was happening.
No, you just
I'm
randomly
just
said.
crying.
You have an inclination to make jokes about stabbing people in the dick, and it gets you in trouble every single time.
Yeah,
you-
but it's funny though. So
It's true.
It's like it's Darwinism.
It's
He doesn't learn every time.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe this time it'll be fine.
Scribe can't
maybe they-
read. CJ can't stop making jokes about stabbing people in the dick. You know.
Is it like a fetish? Maybe.
CJ.
no, it's a punishment. Like it's the best punishment though. It is the best punishment.
I can think of better ones.
Speaking of punishment, Scribe was telling me earlier that he thinks the Punisher's look in season 2 is better than any Batman costume.
No, but also Punisher
In
does.
Punisher season 2, so I wouldn't know.
I have. I think his outfit looks great, but I don't think it looks better than any Batman outfit. Then again, that's subjective. So I'm
It's
not
also
getting that.
It's also just a guy in a shirt with a skull on it. So I'm like, is that an outfit?
Wear the fuck out of it. Duh.
Yeah, but like it's his outfit.
That's like saying I wear an outfit in the deal. It's just me wearing my coat that my uncle gave me. That's literally what it is.
Yeah,
Is
but he
that-
painted a skull on his, so it's a costume.
True, I
Yeah.
guess. Oh,
You fucking idiot.
true,
Jeez.
I am illiterate, so.
How would you know?
This is how would I?
You can't look up the definition of these words. because
Yeah.
you're
Hey,
illiterate.
Mithi, I just defeated the Arkham Knight, like the boss battle.
Of course you did. That's not the boss battle. That's not the boss battle. Stop it. The real boss battle is Deathstroke in a tank.
The real
Yeah.
boss battle were the friends we made along the way.
Don't say that. That's not allowed.
Someone had to say it. Someone had to say it.
Really, he did befriend Poison Ivy.
He did. Did they have sex? No, Sag.
Dude, they were this close. They were this close.
They were pretty close.
And then she just died.
It's
and
on
then she
Rule
got-
34. It's definitely on Rule 34 at least.
Yeah. She died so that Batman wouldn't become
So Batman could have sex with
non-profitable anymore.
Catwoman. That's why. Yeah.
Arkham Knight takes all the best parts of Batman Begins, and doesn't quite do them to as great succession.
Like the
Batman Begins, did you say?
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
He disperses the fear toxin via a.
Oh,
Thingo.
you do mean Batman Begins. Okay. I mean, Batman Begins is also a much more succinct story because it's a movie, you know?
Yeah,
So it doesn't in general.
And it's a great
I like both,
movie.
though.
It
It's a
is.
brilliant movie.
You know what's
Even
bet-
if it's not as good as the other two movies in the trilogy.
No, don't say that.
I feel like someone should make a love letter to Batman Begins. maybe.
Yeah, that sounds like a good
I feel like
idea.
someone should make a video about why The Dark Knight Rises is the perfect ending to that trilogy.
And then it won't get any views. And then instead they should make a video on Peter B. Parker, and then that will get a lot of views.
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah.
is very true.
And then they make a video on The World's End, and then that gets fucking nothing. Am I right? Am I right? That hit deep. I know that hit deep.
CJ, didn't you hear? You're not allowed to defend The Dark Knight Rises. It's indefensible.
CJ will not
Yeah,
forgive me for
because
that
how
joke.
did Batman get back into Gotham?
He did. How did just explain that one thing to me? Explain to me right now. How did Batman get back into Gotham?
I mean, it took him like 2 weeks, and like
No, but tell me how did
At the end of the
we
day,
physically
who really cares?
with what resources does he go back into Gotham? We don't establish any of them in the movie because all of them have been taken over by Bane.
yeah, but like he's still
But we don't
fucking
establish
Batman.
it. I need to
He's still,
I
like, a peak
I
physical
need to see-
You
specimen.
sound like Ben Shapiro.
I
This
need to see Batman sleeping for 8 hours on end and show his journey throughout the full 2 weeks, and only then will I be
Also,
fully
like,
certain.
it's quite clearly implied that
There
in
is
the
no
movie
such
that
thing as implication.
Bane's forces
we-
Bane's forces didn't actually give a shit about anyone getting in or out because they were just going to blow the bomb anyway.
There is no such thing as implication. We
because
tell, not
remember
show.
They let them exile. If they didn't care about them getting out, they wouldn't put them on the ice, even though they were going to.
Exactly.
That's true.
But
Dude.
that's not me defending it. Don't misconstrue my words.
Also,
there.
people were like, "Oh, Batman took so long to do the gasoline thing." I thought the idea of that was always there, and he like lit that up for the perfect moment. That was
I
my
don't know.
theory.
I
But-
just think like
imagine
why do
the
the
visual-
logistics of that matter? It's just a cool thing that he put in the movie because it looks cool and it works well for the themes of the
Yeah.
film. So like, who gives a shit how he did it? It doesn't matter.
I do want to know.
Just put
Was
some
that
gas on the side of the
Mithi,
bridge.
wait. Can you just imagine the visual of Batman or Bruce Wayne decked out in the bat outfit, abseiling down off the bridge,
Yeah,
just
as
with
he's
like
with a
and a
with,
Just
with like a
down
Fortnite
this-
gas can. Yeah, and it just yeah.
this is gonna look so cool.
I love the smell of gasoline. That's not even a good Batman voice. I was just like,
Gordon lights the flare, and a little bit of it attaches onto his cape. He's like, "Oh God!" This just burns up.
I still love the thing of his. I'm so sad that they didn't keep the Begins voice because all they needed to do is take the Begins voice and just take all of that audio and then just deepen it. Not even like Batflex style deepen it, just like a little bit deepen it. You know,
Not
Okay.
even. I like
The
his Batman.
background, hot take, the background in the last two movies is better than the background in Batman Begins.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
I prefer it in The Dark Knight and in Rises than Batman Begins. I know that's a hot take. I know that's a hot take.
Are you talking about the
but
Bat growl, or are you talking about his voice in general?
Just like his regular voice, because like it's a growl in all three of those movies. But,
Yeah, in
I feel like
one
I
it's
just
not a
best-
growl.
prefer.
voices should sound like what Kevin Conroy does or what Roger Craig Smith does. I like that. Where it's like,
That's a
It's-
good pick.
I like that.
Kevin
I-
Conroy, still the goat.
Who's Kevin Conroy?
What?
Don't. That's a joke. I know some people will think I'm actually serious.
I went monkey brain in there. I was like,
Bro. I
Who's
kept
Kevin
silent, but I was
I went.
for
For
a second
you're
there,
like,
like full
huh?
ape brain thinking we were in the other server. and
I
was about
got
to
you.
kick you from the call.
I got you both, boys. I got you both.
We both just went
Got
full fucking
was-
ape brain.
did.
Like,
You guys
no,
went full
leave
ape
this
mode.
place.
I
Leave
genuinely
this place.
committed to just verbally slapping you through the screen
And that's why we call us the illiterates. That was
because we can't read cone. We're
Yup.
completely sarcasm doesn't translate through voice text.
Nope.
Apparently,
Exactly.
voice chat. See, I can't even say it
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
I really
Illiterates,
want-
like I said. Every mistake we can just chalk up to the title of the podcast,
Yeah,
Or
but
just-
just illiterate.
gives
Like,
us a
what do you
free
want
pass.
me to do?
right? Self-awareness gives us a
You
free
need-
pass,
you
right, Bill
can-
Burnham? You know?
You can just edit this out, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna edit out the entire podcast. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just
just the
replace it with
intro.
like Germa sounds, you know.
Audio jungle.
Audio Jungle.
Audio Jungle.
Audio Jungle. Will we be sued by Audio Jungle for saying Audio Jungle? I don't think we will, but that would be funny.
Yeah, just in case, maybe.
Yeah. But speaking of the growl, though, like, don't you think he over relies on it in Rises, though? Like, even in like not even in like Dark Knight, it's like it's fine because he's not always necessarily growling. It's like he also has moments where he talks with people. In Rises, it's like in Rises it feels so artificial, you know, to the point of like, come on, man. You
I
know?
don't care.
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Yeah.
Not everything. Not yet.
See, the only time in Rises where he doesn't do the background is when he's talking to Catwoman about the Batpod. He's like, pull the throttle, and she's like, yeah, I got it. And that's like the only time in the whole movie where he's Batman and it doesn't sound like he has freaking strep throat or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the one thing people make fun of those movies, right? Is there anything else people? I mean, I guess
Aim's voice.
Actually,
the,
you know,
that
funny
girl.
story,
I am the League of Shadows.
Oh yeah,
I remember back in 2012 when the movie first released, and our local radio station, Triple J, they were doing a
Yeah.
review of the movie, and as soon as they finished the movie, the review, it was like a 5-minute review. They're like, "Now go get that soother." So that was like the inside joke, even at the time, that it just sounded like he was killing his throat with every word.
Yeah, but I don't know. It worked
was.
for me. It sounds good in my opinion. So yeah,
I
fuck
mean,
you.
I'm not saying it's bad.
Direct your hate emails to what was it? Filmcaffeine19@gmail.com.
Oh God, shit, fuck.
Spam them.
Oh no.
Actually, you know what? If you go on any illegal sites or whatever, just sign in with that email so that he can
Yeah.
get all the.
If you're going to like, some blacklisted website that the FBI is going to track you on, make sure you use that email account.
Yeah. Just to draw fire off us and onto Mithi.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. But like our audience is illiterate too, right? That doesn't just go for the podcast title, so they won't be able to do it.
You guys can't listen to us unless you're illiterate. That's the
So then they won't be able to type.
If you're literate, then stop watching this podcast.
No,
right
they
now.
can't. There's like an audio lock where you have to be illiterate to like listen to the podcast.
Oh,
so that means
sweet.
that everyone who you told their email can't actually type it. So I'm safe. I can just dox myself and we'll be fine. I live at. I'm not gonna dox myself. At some point, I will dox myself, but not yet.
Don't do it.
I live in I was trying to think of any notable addresses, and I can't think of a notable address.
I live on Earth. Unpopular opinion, I know.
Oh yeah,
That's cringe.
of course you do. You edgy.
Living on Earth is cringe. I live in a pocket dimension.
Where you watch like several hours of YouTube a day, right?
Several hours of specifically SK comics every day.
Yes, let's go.
And that's the kind of bucket dimension I could exist.
I saw he was making a video on Loki too, but it was like really long, and I was like, nah.
That's okay. We're making a short video on it.
We can are. Are we revealing that? I think I'm gonna edit this. It's 4 a.m. right now. So
when they say we, they mean them, because I would never be caught dead defending a show that breaks the MCU.
Exactly.
What a sentence!
Stop kissing.
That was a great sentence.
He
I would never be caught. Didn't you do a whole review on Endgame or something?
That's coming. Don't you worry.
Remember
one of these days.
Remember when at the end of my fucking Infinity War video, I was like, a love letter to Avengers Endgame coming soon. I haven't done shit to work on the video, and it probably won't be coming out for a long time.
Well, that can just be turned into a meme.
I will release it. I have a due date for that video, and that is next year. So I will release it before next year.
No, you won't.
By next year, I mean like next year, April. So I could release it in February. I could release it in March. I could release it in April. Who knows? I could also.
So not next year. Next year, April.
Yeah. Like a year turnaround, because it's like I made the Infinity War video, I made the Endgame video, a year apart. But I don't know. I'll see. I'm too tired to make an Endgame video. It takes too much effort.
Very good idea.
That should be the end game to your channel, maybe. That could be the season 2 finale.
No, that's the series finale. After I make my end game video.
Yeah, can that please be the series finale? Like straight up? Holy shit.
And then I'll rebrand the channel to something else. I'll rebrand the channel to exclusively prank content. TikTok and prank content.
No, you just rename it to like not film cafe, like film Gatorade. Or
no, I'll rename it to I'll rename it to Gamer Fuel. Because that's literally the name Film Caffeine.
Film G Fuel.
The name Film Caffeine literally is like, it just means game fuel, but for films. Because game fuel, film caffeine, it's like the same kind of thing.
Who says game fuel? Let's call it G Fuel, my guy. Who calls it game fuel?
Keemstar.
Hey,
yeah, but like, that's
go drink my Gamer Fuel. I'll be right back.
I'm sponsored by Game Fuel. I'm Keemstar. Don't you guys like Keemstar?
More like
Keemstar, more like actual fucking gnome.
Now, this might be owed to the fact that legally I have to be illiterate, but also there are no words that I have to describe how much I hate you.
Who? Me? Because I'm Keemstar?
Yes. No, just because you're you.
That is also true.
Shut up, CJ. You literally watched Tron Legacy at IMAX.
Yeah, I did, and I hated it. And yeah, fuck you.
Loved it. Fuck you.
How would you know if you weren't there?
Yeah, I was there.
So fuck you too.
Yeah. You absolute shill.
I invited you, you dumbass.
Then again, at the end of the day, nothing of what you say matters because you play Kingdom Hearts. So
Yeah, and you read bloody
Ultimate Spider-Man,
Untied.
like a Chad, dude.
Look.
So my intake of Kingdom Hearts, my consumption of Kingdom Hearts content
Is offensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
It says
offensive.
nothing about my character, does it? No.
Yeah.
It defines
Well-
who you are.
You're just
Christian, you literally, like, bro, how are you going to say it doesn't define your fucking personality? Look at your fucking YouTube channel icon, you dumb man.
It's good. It's a temp one because Hassan keeps forgetting to make my logo. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll make it," and then
Do you want
never
me to-
made it.
Do you want me to make you a logo? Because if I make a logo for you, you know what I'll make it in? You know what I'll make it in? I'm making it in you want me to say it? You want me to say it? I'll make it
Yes.
I'll make it in Google Drawings. Google
Okay, so that's the end of the
Drawings.
podcast.
Thanks for listening. We have reached 1 hour and 5 minutes. I'm gonna go
That's
back
more
to
than 1 hour.
That
It's
is-
like a natural stopping point anyway.
it does
right?
because I talked about Google Drawings and that's how we kill every podcast.
Let's go.
Yep. Thanks for listening. Scribe, thanks for not being here, you motherfucker.
Yeah, thank God. Oh my,
And
actually,
trying to
thank you,
have a
Scribe.
good
You made it
sleep
so much
schedule.
more bearable.
Yeah, it's
Um,
weird. The first, not bad, but the second Scribe joins it is going to
It's
be
just-
just drop.
We're gonna probably quit the podcast by next episode. I assume so. Like it's off.
I'm done with this. I hate everyone.
Yeah, outro your shit. Plug yourselves while I go make myself a fucking alcoholic drink. I don't have alcohol, but I'm gonna pretend it's alcohol.
Okay, Kingdom Hearts man, you go first.
I said, CJ, you go first.
I don't give a fuck. You go first.
You're younger. You go first.
You literally are illiterate and you like fucking Kingdom Hearts. You go first.
Yeah, but you're literally 6'5" or whatever. Like you're
I
a
am
giant.
6'5". You're literally.
You're at risk of standing up and putting your head through a wall and dying.
All right, make sure you
I'm-
go watch
that is
Coda
true.
coming August 2021. I'm just plugging myself because you dipshits don't know how to promote your own content, motherfuckers.
Just insulting each other. Okay.
I'm like, shout out your channels.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you bitch, Kingdom Hearts. All right.
Okay. Please subscribe to Production Journal. I've got a Superman video on the way, and Mithi and I are producing a Loki video very soon. So please, watch it. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, you could do that if you like, but it would be a much smarter play to go into YouTube. You go into the search bar and you look up "that one doesn't count," and then with like proper punctuation. Not that I would know because I'm illiterate. And then you click on the first thing that comes up, which is my channel, and then you hit the subscribe button. That would be really cool if you did that.
Or
So do that.
alternatively, you could just look up farting compilation 13 hours, and it's essentially the same thing.
I don't.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And I have Coda
That's
coming
why
out. I'm plugging myself.
Farting
You guys. Even though this is my
Compilation.
I tried to think of the most like disturbing thing possible, and I'm like, yeah, that's your channel.
Yep. No, if
But
you just
that's-
if you go to twitch.tv/amaranth, that's just the same thing as CJ's content. It's just the same.
Yeah, CJ, when's the whole bathtub stream?
Oh,
twitch.tv
you'll know.
/search question
You'll know.
was hot tubs and beaches / that one doesn't count.
Maybe that one does count.
Anyone,
You-
they make
you
so
know.
much more money than we ever will.
They make
It's insane.
yeah. Anyways,
We can afford to clown on them because they can just buy us.
Probably. You know they got banned though. Amaranth and IndieFax got banned. This is funny.
When?
Oh,
Yesterday I think they got
yeah,
banned.
No,
pretty
no.
recent.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, ha 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 ha.
So they probably will be back next week.
Anyway, never
Podcast.
watch Gone
yeah.
with the Wind or Birth of a Nation. Bye.
Don't do that. Goodbye. Oh yeah. By the way, my Loki video. I'm doing the Loki video with Christian, and I want to say, go watch it because I'm actually very proud of what I wrote. Lego, give me my Lego set. You have 2 days. Otherwise, I'm going to cancel my order. Actually, I'm being legitimately serious. You have 2 days. If you don't give me a confirmation in 2 days, I'm legitimately going to cancel my order. Lego, be warned. All right. Goodbye, everyone. And
You'll
stay
never get your
illiterate.
Lego set.
Don't go to school. Goodbye.
Stay out of school, kids. Also, don't eat your green vegetables.
Or your orange ones.
This is a horrible ending. Goodbye.